Some people who would add me, they're very direct. Like they will ask me, oh, what's my bra size? They kind of create this idea where they're like pure, but they have fuckboys here too.
随着科技和交通的进步，国与国的距离已经大幅拉近，世界宛如一个地球村。但直到现在，世界各国人民之间仍存在许多刻板印象，像是日本人拘谨内向，德国人严肃不幽默，韩国人输不起，中国人没水准，俄国人凶悍，印度人数学超好，以及非洲国家人民天生就会饶舌。那么，在台湾的外国朋友们觉得对于他们国家的刻板印象是正确的吗？他们对于台湾人的刻板印象又是什么？来到台湾之后有因此改观吗？
So before you ladies come to Taiwan, was there any stereotypes about Taiwanese people that you had?
I have been before in China, and there it was super crowded and chaotic, and I thought it's the same here in Taipei, but it's not.
Yeah, for me it was also like they have a different perception of personal space from what we have, and you get like touched a lot. That doesn't happen here, so I'm really happy about it because I didn't like that much.
Before I came to Taiwan, I thought Taiwanese people would be shorter than they actually are, because back in Honduras people think that Asians tend to be shorter, but actually they're very tall.
I would describe it as a mix of Japanese politeness, Chinese gung-ho attitude, and American innovation.
The Taiwanese men treat ladies correctly.
And do you found out to be true?
Yes and no. Yes, there are a lot of Taiwanese men who respect women and stuff like that. They kind of create this idea where they're like pure, but they have fuckboys here too. For example, but when I came here, I decided to use Tinder because I wanted to meet more Taiwanese people. Some people who would add me, they're very direct. Like they will ask me, oh, what's my bra size? And I feel like in New York, no one would directly ask me that type of question. Or they'll ask me like if I'm a virgin. But then there were some who were very nice and they never asked me that type of question, and they truly just want to be friends. And then if something happens later down the line, okay, but I'm not the type of person who's just gonna, Like I learned that words because of those not so pure people.
This seems to follow the traffic rules. When you're going across the street, they just kind of go around you on the scooters.
I just had a friend from New York come visit, and he was super impressed with the subway. Because in New York, I guess it's kind of a mess. Like everyone's just jostling each other.
It seems like that they're always the best restaurants. Okay. So if there's a line, then it's a good restaurant, so we also line up.
In the US, it's things like religion, politics, family decisions are often considered quite private topics, but oftentimes when I meet a new Taiwanese friend, they're among the first 5 questions they ask me is, which party do you support? What religion do you have? And are you going to get married and have kids?
I mean, normally this is more Chinese than it would be Taiwanese people, but they think, oh, they eat dogs and cats and like other animals.
I'm really into like kind of trying to make eye contact with people, or like, you know, when you like pass a stranger on the street or whatever, like when you make eye contact, you like smile, you say like whatever, you say hello, that kind of stuff. And that definitely seems like it doesn't normally people don't normally like that as much.
So one time I was with a friend that I'd made, who was a Taiwanese person, and then that friend's friend had come over, but instead of like talking to me, they were just talking to my friend directly. Even though I was trying to like engage, they were still kind of just like not talking to me at all, which I found really interesting.
And were they speaking Chinese?
It was in Mandarin, but I was speaking Mandarin back, so it wasn't an excuse.
我觉得台湾的男生很主动，因为在路上也有很多人来交朋友。在越南的男生没有这样。
Share with us an interesting story that happened with a Taiwanese person or a group of Taiwanese people.
And there's a woman who we're often in the elevator together, and like we always kind of exchange like pleasantries. We always say like, hey, hello. Like she talks a little bit to me in English, I talk a little bit to her in Chinese. Like we help each other. But the other day I was on my way upstairs, and she was talking to me, and I was kind of tired. I didn't really understand what she was saying. Like I thought she was asking if I taught English here, or like that was my job or whatever. And I was like, oh no, I don't do that, but I would love to do that in the future. And then she like pulled out her phone, and we exchanged like line IDs or whatever. And then I got upstairs, and she was like, so thanks for agreeing to be my English teacher. And I was like, oh, all right, that's good, that's fine.
Oh yeah, one thing which really kind of shocked me, that they wear slippers, whatever they do.
For example, they do sports in slippers and stuff. It was kind of funny, but yeah.
And what would you say are some stereotypes people have of the Germans?
Potatoes, very good in engineering. Like Germans tend to be very punctual and they tend to be very angry when people don't attend appointments like on time.
What would happen if you are not on time?
You get a very angry view, I think, like when you enter the room and the people are punctual sitting there, they will like, where have you been? Yeah.
Like I'm always 5 minutes late. I think for here that's completely fine, but in German it's very late, 5 minutes.
But the one thing is that, for example, the public transport is not on time. This is one, it doesn't make sense. It's a paradox, you know.
I think that's worst train system in the world. It's in Germany. Like you may be not expecting this, but you don't have trains that are on time.
I think the first things you always hear when I say that I'm from Germany is beer. I personally don't really like it, but it's also maybe something that's true that a lot of Germans drink beer.
Americans none of them are willing to learn other languages. They're loud and overweight.
I think we are loud. I think part of it is because we like to joke around. I think this is something that in American culture is appreciated. So maybe that can come off as we're loud with people that we're close with.
Everyone thinks Americans are very open. Some people also think American girls are also really easy, but I don't think that's the case. I feel like I know more reserved Americans than I do open ones.
I think the main one though is that Americans have money, which I don't think is true. Because I came here specifically because I didn't have money for college back home.
People also think Americans all eat just burgers and fries and pizza.
I don't eat McDonald's all the time.
Or ever.
I never eat McDonald's.
What about Starbucks?
I also don't drink Starbucks.
Me either.
我觉得台湾人都会觉得越南人很配，每个国家都有不同的肤色，所以不能有这么刻板的印象说越南人比较会。我听我的老师说，台湾人对越南的移工不太友好，因为觉得他们会找机会淘宝。
In Taiwan, a lot of Vietnamese label. They working in a factory, and then whenever I say that I'm Vietnamese, they're gonna ask you are you here for marriage? Are you married or you are working or something? I was like, okay, I'm in school, and they're like, oh, you are studying. I'm like, where you study or something? It's kind of weird for me. It's really annoying.
I think people say people from the UK are too either too polite or beat around the bush too much, so they won't directly say what they want. They'll be like, oh, do you mind if... Or if they're angry about something, they won't tell you. They like tea, talk about the weather. Not everyone likes fish and chips. But the indirectness thing is definitely true.
Normal people, they say that we are lazy, we like naps and parties, and it's not all about that, because I think there is also normal people that they are working and they don't take naps. And even here, I think they take more naps than in Spain, because even here it's normal to sleep in class or even at work. And that for me is quite weird, you know.
She knows that Indonesian people really like to speak each other, even in the MRT, even in the bus, anywhere. If you go in Saturday on Sunday, you can see in the Taipei main station there's a lot of Indonesian people, and all of them is speak each other and doing something. I don't feel like in Taiwan, you know.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer every night.
Honduras is a very dangerous country, as the media projects it, because there's a lot of crimes and murders and things like that. But it's not like you cannot go out on the streets and walk. It's not as the media projects it. It's not that heavy.
We are usually seen as cold or distant people. Like when you see people waiting for the bus, we usually stand like this.
Right.
Between each other, because we have this personal space we kind of want to keep. If there's space left on the bus and there's person sitting there, if you sit next to them, people will think there's something wrong with you.
Tall, very direct, so sometimes they don't really care about your feelings and just say what they want to say. They always bike everywhere. They're a bit greedy with money. Most of those stereotypes are correct.
Biggest stereotype of the Netherlands is that everybody uses drugs.
Smoke weed every day.
That's not true. It's
No, it's legal.
Yeah, it's legal.
It's legal. Not everything, but like weed, and it's only legal. But that's a big stereotype.
Amsterdam, mostly the tourists do it, and not necessarily the local people, but yeah.
My family members, they're from Haiti. In America, a lot of people think like every Haitian does voodoo. A friend who really liked my sister, but what happened is that they broke up because his family members felt like, oh, he should not be with my sister because, oh, she might do voodoo on you. When my family, like, no one really knows anything about voodoo. I feel like the family members, they probably felt like, oh, like, don't break up with her too bad because if she might turn you into something else. I feel like they just took it too far. Like, the whole stereotype of Haitians do voodoo. Like,